Here we are, welcome to Meta Madness! Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's the group stage, it's not the main event yet, but we have Meta Madness coming up. So the teams have been decided through a captain's draft, which means that we have our 8 captains and they drafted out of a player pool. Players needed to sign up for all of this, and now we got a Meta Madness. So Meta Madness is a special concept for Heroes of the Storm that we've now been running quite a lot of times. A lot of these events with Hightech, who also sponsors this particular event. And if you're not quite familiar with it, here's just a quick reminder on how this works. So we have 2 things that are designed to push the teams a little bit out of their comfort zone. The first thing is that every single hero that you're seeing played here cannot be played again. You can ban a hero multiple times, so bans doesn't affect it. Stitches in this case, for example, has now been banned for the first map, but technically you could pick him on the second map. But every single hero that gets played is not allowed to be played again on the second map of the series, the third, and so on and so forth. So that means that within a series, you're only going to see a hero one time at most. So that already makes it quite interesting, since after the first map, technically 10 heroes are not allowed to be picked anymore. After the second map, 20, and so on and so forth. In addition to that, we have 11 heroes that are completely pre-banned, meaning they can't be played in the entire tournament. Those heroes have been decided on by the community, and this is all only true for the group stage, because for the main event, we might even have more heroes globally banned. So as you can already tell, as we're heading from one map to another, the hero pool gets very small very, very quickly, and forcing the teams then to think outside the box a little bit. So when we're talking about game number 1, game number 2, maybe even game number 3, things will still look a little bit familiar, and you will see a lot of heroes you see in normal games. But then slowly and steadily, we will shift things slightly. So the 11 bans that we have for the entire group stage are right down here. You can check them out, and keep in mind that every single hero that gets played on one of the maps within a series is not allowed to be played again. So we have Cure. Cure's playing for Hazops' team. Cure, Morena, Skalnagulna, Hazo himself, and Johan forming the team in blue, and Cure already playing Sylvanas, and we get a Diablo and Tychus on the side of Team Nagrom. Yeah, Tomb of the Spider Queen is the first map. This is all going to be best of 3s. So within the group stage here, we have 2 groups with 4 teams each, and it's pretty much a battle for seedings. We are playing GSL-style groups, and then based on the results within the groups, the seeding for the main event is being determined. So that's what we're here for. And it's also, as I said, a little bit of warm-up time. So we get Anduin, we have Garrosh, and Panda Colada with Tychus here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. So already quite, I mean, on the ban side it's kind of funny that we actually have Stitches banned. And Nagrom is playing Diablo today again. Keep in mind that he's been shifting a little bit between playing tank and playing support for the teams that he's been representing, not only at the event Miami, but then also in the X Cup, and then afterwards at the Masters Clash. Chromie getting banned as well. Yeah, and one of the problems actually for Bishops in particular is that Hanzo spent for the entire tournament. So Bishops is already looking at this and is like, hey, well, this is shit. I can't play my hero this entire event? Are you kidding me? So that's already bad news for him. We got Medivh banned out too. And it's time to see what Team Nagrom is going to come up with here. They got Swamgrota, and that already is dangerous because, as we've seen in the Masters Clash already, the Swamgrota is someone that would just love to show us again how good he is on Murky. And Meta Madness is exactly the tournament to pull that off. It's actually quite interesting because one of the things that Smexy did during the captain's draft when he drafted his team is he immediately picked Mopsio, and he then afterwards asked everybody, am I the only one that thinks that this tournament is made for Mopsio? Mr. Gazlo, Cho'Gall himself, like he come in with all of those crazy picks later on when there are no heroes available anymore, and we'll show everybody how it's done. So we have some wild teams. But yeah, Bishops is playing Lunara this time, and we got Anna as an immediate support pick here. So, maybe just Iophorus here once again, with the last 2 final picks for the first map, Thrall and Dehaka. Alright, Tomb of the Spider Queen with a triple frontline right now, and Thrall is continuing with these, Hazo is continuing with the Thrall picks that he already showcased in normal tournaments with Battlefield of Eternity in particular. So it's Crash Lightning, it's quite something. But, well, with that said and done, what are we getting? Leo, a final pick here. The janitor is in the house. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, first map at the Meta Madness group stage between Team Hazu and Team Nagrom. Let's go. Meta Madness, powered by Hightech, map number 1 in the series, and on the left side, Team HasuObs with Cringe Kid, aka Cure, playing cross-server here in Europe. We have the Hogger, played by him, Morenas on Sylvanas, Galnagulnar on Anduin, HasuObs is playing Thrall, and Johanna is playing Garrosh. Got his favorite hero here, so good for him. On the right side of the map, Team Nagrom with Nagrom himself on Diablo. We got Eoba on Anna, Bishops on Lunara, Svamgrota on Leoric, and Panda Colada is playing Tychus. This time no Crash Lightning for Hazu, but instead the Trolling Thunder on level 1. So yeah, things are good so far, and immediately at the beginning of the game, Johanna is under pressure. Oh, Team Nagrom trying to open this one up with a bang and first blood. So far they haven't quite accomplished it, but they were getting 2 of them low very, very quickly. Now, as we're heading into this, I also want to remind everybody that this is all sponsored by Hightech, so big shout out to them. They've been loyal to the Heroes of the Storm scene for a long time right now. Way longer than Blizzard, honestly. And I'll include also a link to their website once again in the video description. So if you check this out there, make sure that you at least check the site out. Have a look over there. It means a lot if they see that people from the Heroes community are visiting and that there's some traffic coming in there. And yeah, check them out. We actually had several people from the community that got PCs from them, and they're all very, very happy with them. Haven't heard a bad word from anybody, quite the opposite actually. So if you're in the market for something, for some hardware, then make sure to check them out. As mentioned, the link is in the description. Now the first blood has actually already happened, and that is a good start for Team Nagrom. So they are off with quite the opening here. That's the second kill that they're locking in. So Cure is now dead too, and that means that they can easily get the Siege Giant camp at the bottom of the map. We got Austin's Renewal for Leo as his level 1, a bit more self-sustain. But that's definitely a great start. Now they're trying to make a play for Bishops here. Morenas is immediately diving in. Anduin is where he shouldn't be, at the front line. If you learned anything in the history of Heroes of the Storm, is that he is definitely not someone that should be in melee range. Not a good thing for him in the slightest. But yeah, at the same time, obviously, gems are also being collected by both of them. Team Nagrom is slightly ahead, just by a few. Not that it really matters too much. Still way too early in the game. But with the camp now claimed and the early level 4, they are starting to play this out quite nicely. We got the bigger they are on level 4, so already attempting to apply some pressure to the front line. Nothing too crazy is happening just yet, but we get the extra slow now with the paralyzing rage for Leo, so no added wave clear for him. No Neil Peasants. Instead, they're making a play for Hazo again. Really nice sleep dart too. They're trying to go for the kill. Hazo's a bit low, but Nagrom finds himself right in tower range and gets immediately hit hard, but Eowa is able to keep everybody alive here. Sleep dart build, at least for now, by him. And well, we got in the mid lane, the 2 camps already colliding as they're starting to make their way over here. But the leading experience is really there for Team Nagrom. It was actually kind of interesting because once that the groups and the teams were decided, people were talking a bit about who they think was the strongest team. And it's honestly very, it seems at least on paper, very, very balanced. And over here, we already have Nagrom low, and he's dead. Finally a kill for Team HasuObs. The boys in blue getting some headway here. And maybe an opportunity to turn some of the gems in, especially for Hazo, it would be nice. He's currently sitting at 20. Him and Svamgrota, they are not going to get anything done here. Alright, trying to go for a play, ghosting around already. Sleep dart is in. Hazo's a little bit low, but there's way more blue than red heroes around. And that leads to a kill on Anna. Granny is down. And the turn is going to happen for Team Hazu. Cure. Oh, that's not quite completed. They need 10 more. Thought they had enough down there. But yeah, didn't pay too much attention to this. So 2 kills to 2 at this point in this first map of the best of 3. As we're still looking at the group stage of the event. And here comes the Hogger. Burrows in, gets the drag. They go for Leo. And he's dead. Now they get the gems at least, so good for them. They were able to recover those. Leo, of course, will be back soon. Ancestor Wrath now also on level 7 for Thrall. We got also the Choken Pollen for Lunara. But nobody has gotten a turn in yet. On the gem side, it's still incredibly even, but of course there's a big difference in how many gems were turned in so far. That's a bit dangerous for Team Nagrom. If they lose a few more heroes and are not able to recover the gems, then things will become more problematic. But as it stands right now, Svamgrota still pushing a bit farther through the bot lane. Hazo's also working on his level 4, don't forget about that. The Frost Wolf pack got reset a bit earlier. They try to make a play for Johanna again, and he's a bit low. Johanna always moving in also with a grenade here. But as it stands, they're trying to help Tychus to deliver. Once again, the play there for the front. The drag doesn't happen. A little bit of a flip around. Nagrom with a good play, but here comes Cure. Moving in again, and this time he's spot on. They're trying to get a kill, and they might still able to get it. Johanna is alive. Anduin being useful saves the day. Nobody able to turn in here, but nobody dying either. So it's a nice back and forth between the teams at this point. Yeah, definitely off to a good start. I mean, you obviously want to be in a decent position for the main bracket, for the main event, the playoffs that are happening next week, since it makes your early rounds so much easier and your route through the winner bracket. Panda Colada with the turn-in attempt, and he delivers! Nice! He's able to pull it off. 34 gems delivered. Fantastic. Yeah, really well done. I actually thought that would be an interrupt for sure. So I looked at Thrall and thought that he gets the chain lightning off. That wasn't the case. Now they're still playing around Rehgar a little bit. Has to pop the essence immediately. Drag misses as Leo just sneaks by, but the teams are both now eager to go for the first web weaver wave. And we are closing on level 10 already, so this is a really late first objective. The blue team gets it though. The blue team gets it, and also Hanzo is sitting at 5 stacks now on his level 4. So he's about to complete it. Unless, of course, they drop him and reset all of it. Or he misses. I mean, either one. Has to be a bit more careful when he YOLOs the wolf out. Yeah, level 10 is ready. And it will be for both teams in a second. But for now, it's only the blue team that can play around with it. But here we have it. The Eye of Horus, as already expected, is being taken. Bit of damage up at the top on Bishops. He's still fine, though. But they're trying to defend now on all lanes. And at the bottom of the map, we have the solo laners doing their thing. But the main pressure is applied at the top, where Morenas with Sylvanas is now starting to run the show. Hazu is eating a lot of damage from Bambi, on the other hand. Yeah, the dinner plate is making some headway here. Went into the Thornwood Vines on level 10 and is using it as we speak. Thrall still not going for the wolf, and he's low. Anduin saved the day once again. So, yeah, there's that. Got a little bit of a pew-pew happening as Leo is being assisted. And they might get the kill. Cure gets out. But he needs to get out of the fight completely. And that leaves them a little bit short in the battle at hand. Johan nearly dying too, but they all are still alive, and Cure tunneled back in. Went for the fountain, went for the essence. They get a kill on Tychus. He's down. Leo's also in trouble. Still no kill against Rehgar. Cure's fine. And now we have 4 kills to 2 in favor of Team Hazu. But at the same time, I gotta say, that defense was pretty on point. I mean, think about it. They haven't taken a single fort down. So they went through, honestly, they haven't really even damaged them. They went through a few of the walls, and that's about it. They couldn't do more than that. By now, we got the main damage on Lunara with the 29,000. Bishops hasn't died yet. He's the only one on the red team, in fact, that hasn't fallen yet even once. Lot of gems still available for both of the teams. More for Team Hazu, but still. At the bot lane, the Siege Giants have finally done a bit of structural damage, and Nagrom is dealing with them himself. Easily push that in too. So now they can make another play, maybe even for Cure. He has to pop the essence again. Oh, and Hanna shutting down the healing here right away. The essence was in, and it was just bam, nope. Denied. Not happening. So yeah, Cure was probably too happy about that. Either way, half a level away from level 13. And there's the turn-in for the red team. Yeah, the opportunity to try and take this on now. Let's see what they can do with this. Can they maybe take not only a few walls down, but also knock the first fort over? That will be the next one. We got 4 kills to 2, level 13, any second now. And, well, in the middle of the map. This one should have been dealt with, but wasn't. So they go for the team fight, and Diablo is dead. He had the souls, though, and he'll be back. Alright, 5 kills, 2-2, and it seems like the blue team, at least in the team battles, is doing way better now. They're also going for Swamp Grotta, who's sitting at 29 gems, but he's able to make it out at least, so good for him. They're recovering, or they have all of those still in. And at the same time, with the top now being pressured, we currently have the next push, and they flip over the wall, but nicely done, and that could be the end of Johanna. The heal! Sylvanas! How is everybody on the blue team still alive? And they got Diablo again. This is ridiculous. Khaldor coming in with that win and somehow saving the day for them. But yeah, that is just crazy. It looked like we would at least see 2 fall. Sylvanas and also Garrosh were both low. Nagrom was trying to collect the lightning breath with at least one of them, but couldn't. And now we have, no, I mean, half a level lead at least for the blue team and an opportunity to go for the next turn in. And they pull it off. Blue Web Weavers are descending. And that's a chance to finally get ahead in structures. It's a bit of a slow game in terms of turn-ins, for sure. When it comes to turn-ins, it's definitely a slow one. But now you can build some momentum and try to get some work done here. Cure always at the bot lane, real active, trying to just connect the drag and then create a kill opportunity as the rest of the team rotates in. Hasn't worked out for him just yet. Lunara surpassed by Tychus, who's now sitting at 37,000 damage. But this defense should be a lot harder than the previous one. And that's already a great start. Light Bomb, there's the flip, and Granny has no chance. Anna is down, no chance of survival here. Very well done. And with that, we now have also the straight play for the first fort, and it is down. The next one is about to fall. The one at the top is taking so much damage. It's actually a bit crazy. They kill Diablo too, and things are starting to look better and better for Team Hazu as they are taking control of map number 1 in this series. They got level 16 as well. Top side, we currently have the last... I mean, this is actually a bit of a meme. No hit points whatsoever. I wonder who's going to take it down. It seems like Cure's going to be the one, or he just escorts the wave in. But they're playing around the... yeah, they're playing around the boss already. At this point, they're starting to go straight for it. We now have down at the bottom of the map, still Tychus trying to defend the wall at the keep a little bit further. But that's going to be a play for boss for sure. If you have level 16, your opponent isn't even close to it. You can either force that fight or take the boss. Either way, you'll be in a good position. Flip forward as they were trying to set the Arca in a good position, but they might have overstepped a little bit here. Several of them are already low. And that's nice poking that's happening here from Team Nagrom, even if they don't get a kill. As long as they prevent the boss from being taken, that's a win. I gotta say, that was more than I expected, but that's a disaster. Nice! Great coordination here. Thrall drives a wedge between them with the Sundering. One of those better safe than sorry plays. But the connect with the drag and then the light bomb, that was really well executed and a nice performance by Team Hazu. Now the red team reacts one of the ways that you can react to a situation like this. They turn in, they know that the boss is being taken, so they just get a turn in. It's going to be 16 versus 16, and then they can play around this a little bit. But as you can see now, we got our Mithril Mace on level 16. And of course, they have to try and at least push a little bit with the Web Weavers. But one of the goals is going to be to stop that boss a bit short and make sure that he doesn't take down the keep. And that's pretty much exactly what's happening here. We have Tychus trailing behind, dealing with that slightly. He's already starting to rotate in to help the rest of the team out. But yeah, they need to try and make a bit of headway here in the middle, at the bottom, to at least drop a fort and get something done. Either way, at this point, we have a nice position for Team Hazu. They're ahead in experience, they're ahead in structures. All they gotta do is try and hold on for those as long as they can. Maybe then get a turn in themselves. Down at the bottom of the map as expected, there's at least some damage happening, and I guess this fort could fall. Whereas topside, they're still trying to do a similar thing. But they're a little bit hesitant here. And one of the big problems that we are seeing slowly but steadily emerging for Team Nagrom is that they are trailing so far behind experience that an earlier level 20 for Team Hazu is definitely in the cards for them. So you gotta really think about how you're gonna play this one out now. Already, the move down to the bottom of the map as the fort has fallen here, so they can try and push this out a bit further. If they get the Siege Giants too, there's a chance that they have that at least going for them. But another turn-in for the blue team will likely result in a keep being destroyed on the right side of the map. Especially considering that the keep topside has already taken damage. The boss has been kind of okay. But, yep. Off we go. We currently got the... we currently got the web weavers, including the camp in the middle now. We're not gonna have access to level 20 just yet, but they're definitely gonna get close here. Leo is on 39 stacks for the Mithril Mace, and of course Hazo on 16 has also got into the Alpha Wolf with the level 4 talent. It makes a whole lot of sense, and they can get so much damage out against Diablo in particular. It makes perfect sense here. They want to take that hit point pool down. And he is not even at 100 stacks right now. Died a few too many times this game, so he's still waiting to fully complete the baseline quest again. But level 20 is getting closer and closer, and that's one of the reasons why the blue team is a bit more hesitant to engage into a straight-up team fight. They know that they are only a few seconds short of having access to their storm talents, so they want to wait it out before they are fully committing to a battle. Top side, Lulnara trying to save the keep here and doing her best. Needs to take the catapult out too, of course. Down at the bottom of the map with 20 now available. Here comes the play. Thrall, in this case, going for the Nexus Blades. Trying to get some additional slows into increasing the damage. So Hazo is really looking for it. A lot of upgrades happening also with the Contagion. And it's Sylvanas again that allows them to pressure that keep and take it down. Yeah, Sylvanas making the plays here for them. 16 minutes in, the first keep has fallen. And Team Nagrom, they need so much. They need level 20, they need a turn-in, and they need kills more than anything else. Kills and momentum. Now, they have a chance, of course, with 20 and Entomb upgrade on Leo to get a kill set up. But bridging that gap in XP is going to take some time. Now, thankfully for them, the boss is on a 1 minute and 30 second timer. And there are not enough gems yet for Team Hazo to get another turn in. So technically, they can just sit tight, wait, and take these waves down. They don't have to engage here, and they probably shouldn't. It's an entire level that's missing. But Nagrom gets caught. Nagrom gets caught, and they should probably let him die here. But he has the stacks, the soul stacks, and he's going to lose all of them. But another drag makes matters worse. If they let him die, nothing would have happened here. But the Haka moved in. Now Anna is down as well. And it seems like it's going to cost them at least another keep, if not more. Here comes the Entomb. They're desperately trying to salvage the situation and stop the bleeding. But things are looking dire at this point. They are getting a kill, though. They get the kill against Garrosh, and that means a lot right now. That helps them also to catch up in experience a bit, and it saves them the keep in the middle. Cure. He's always there. Bishops knows it. He knows that this tongue is going to come out eventually, so he paid attention. But that was still a very, very good play from Team Nagrom. It looked dicey, honestly. After they lost not only Diablo, but also Anna, it looked bad. Now they got level 20. And that will help them to fight this one out, but they really need this turn-in now, and they need some kills in the next battle. So they got to be careful how they're approaching this, but already we're getting 38 of the gems turned in by Svamgrota. Down here also another 8 that they could deliver, but this is pretty much the one shot that they still have. This is the one shot that Team Nagrom has. Go in with a completed quest on Leo, with his level 20 upgrade, and make the play now. Get some kills, use the big red button, and murder a few forts and ideally a few heroes with it. This is the opportunity that they have. They are on the ropes, and he misses it. Oh boy, Svamgrota, that was rough. That one hurt. Yeah, that was really important. Now, it's not the biggest cooldown in the world, so they're going to have another chance here, but this already is a bit of a setback. They're getting good damage out of the ult on Tychus then again, so that's at least something. And they're using that in the mid lane to start pressuring the fort. And Leo has moved down to the bottom of the map and escorted the web weavers in, so that's going to be nice for them as well. His ult is going to be back in 17 seconds. And they will try at the top lane to take another fort down and maybe force that fight. So the forts are all going to be destroyed. They got something done at least, but it's not quite as much as they wanted. So, bit problematic. Leo is back with his ult. Another 60 seconds until Tychus can also rely on the big red button again. Don't forget that the boss is also soon going to be up, so maybe a Hail Mary move is going to be a thing here. But yeah, Svamgrota, they have to still posture a little bit more aggressively now. They got to. Don't really have another chance in that situation, but yeah. Here comes again Garrosh as they're starting to try and go in for another kill. I mean, they're gonna try. Fight is already about to shape up right here, and it's always Johan that is looking to get the kill. So far it hasn't really happened. If he can just somehow set this up, get a good flip, then they might be able to end the game here. One good team fight is all that the blue team needs. If they kill enough heroes, they can go straight for the core. And as you can tell on the minimap, all of these keeps that are still in existence for Team Nagrom don't look too great either. So that's another problem. But yeah, as it stands, it's all about the turn-in. Because right now, there is an opportunity for the blue team to turn in once again. And they are going to try. And if those web weavers are hitting, they're going to be hitting hard. So, yeah. But as it stands, the defense is there. 63 gems. It's not only the blue team that has a turn-in available soon. The same is also true for Team Nagrom. And here they come again. One ult was already forced out. Two, but they get the hit. And this time, the Entomb was on point. Anduin is dead. The Crybaby is down. That's the kill that he needed. This time, he didn't run fast enough. Svamgrota, then again, he needs to get the hell out of there. And quickly. Alright, Svamgrota is getting out. Here's Hazu, though. Hazu's sitting at the side, but they're not going for the battle. They're missing their support. They can't go for it right now. They gotta be careful. This is getting a little bit crazier now. Blue web weavers are on the ground, so that allows them to push these lanes back. But Anduin is still dead, so this means it's going to be problematic. Cure pausing the game, a little bit sweaty at this point, I would expect. So, yeah, needs to be real cautious here. But that is, it's an interesting situation. I mean, technically, if you look at the minimap, there's only this one keep at the bottom that distinguishes between the two teams. This is the one advantage that Team HasuObs has. Yes, obviously, this keep is low, and the one at the top as well. But the effect that it has on the map and the way it's being played right now is the exact same. There's only a catapult advantage at the bot lane. Now, with the web weavers being defended, let's not forget, there are still enough gems in the hands of Team Nagrom to get a turn-in too. So if you can defeat the web weavers and then make the play for your own turn-in, that's going to be big. I, by the way, don't understand why this was not addressed a little bit more. They need to deal with that. Catapults and also a few of the web weavers remaining here, that needs to be dealt with. Already, we got a Wisp out the way to the top. Boss is obviously a huge risk now. You got to be very careful around that. Yeah, down at the bottom of the map, there's nothing that they can really do here. This is still doing way too much damage. That keep is actually in trouble. Yeah, Leo in the middle needs to at least deal with it a little bit. Nagrom barely surviving here. Bishops also got to be careful. They're going to lose a keep now if they're unlucky. Someone has to deal with this. Keep at the top lane. Insanely low. Catapult gets taken out. They deal with the middle. But I really don't like the hit points on these keeps. Look at this. I mean, this is actually kind of nuts. At the same time, the boss is now getting attacked. This is spicy, boys. This is going really down to the wire now all of a sudden. With 11 kills to 4, it's kind of crazy to talk about it like that, but this comes down to a final team fight. So right now, here's the play. Again for Diablo. Light Bomb is already out. Nagrom is low. The heals, the double hit. And they're saving the day with Johan and another pull. So much mobility here. Garrosh saved them as the Buried Alive was getting dropped. And Anduin came in with a double pull thanks to his Glyph of Faith. Such an annoying talent, especially, of course, if you're a Leoric player. And here comes the turn-in opportunity. Bishops needs to deliver them right now, and he does. They got the web weavers, and that helps them in multiple ways. Not only because they can maybe take a keep down, but also because it helps them... Oh, shit. Oh, that's a kill. And that might be the most important one here. Oh, I was just about to say, it helps them to push these lanes out a bit and save their own keeps, but that kill on Anna was perfection. That was exactly what they needed in that situation. Here's another quick flip. They try to take Garrosh though. Garrosh is low, but he's still alive. And he stays alive. Another Entomb to shut them down, but Tychus gets caught. He's dead. This might be the end. They are trying to clean house. Bambi is dead. Team HasuObs on their way to victory. They're starting to move over. They're starting to go for it here. The keep is gone, and now they can go for core. Only Leo and Diablo are still alive. This should be the lead for the blue team in this first map of the best of 3 series at the group stage of Meta Madness. Johan, they want him again, but the shield is already down. We're 24 minutes into the game, and Team Hazu is going for the big W in the first game. Ana with a little bit more pew pew pew, but it is too little, too late. This is over. The blue team takes the lead in the best of 3 series. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Map number 2, Dragonshire, let's go! Team Nagrom against Team HasuObs. And guys, again, keep in mind that before we're even heading into this map, now 21 heroes are not available anymore. The 10 heroes that were played in the first map cannot be played again in this series. And down here we have the 11 heroes that are pre-banned. They're banned for the entire group stage. As already explained a little bit earlier, that's true for the group stage. In the main event, the playoffs, we might have up to 20 heroes that are pre-banned, all bound to sub-goals on the Twitch channel. But now that we're heading into Dragonshire, things are already starting to get a bit more dicey for the teams. They have to be a bit more careful about what they're going to do here. So we have Junkrat banned. And also for everybody that's watching the videos here, just to clear up a bit of a misconception. Last map, for example, Stitches was banned. Stitches is still available. So it only applies to the heroes that you actually saw in the game itself. But it already adds a bit of a spice to it. Now, it's not getting too crazy just yet, but the teams have to start thinking a bit outside of the box and really feel like, okay, what are we going to do here? And let's say you're a player that is used to only play 2 or 3 heroes. In this case, you're really already pushed out of your comfort zone very, very quickly, which is the entire reason why we're running this tournament, of course. Okay, so Dragonshire comes in. We got a ban on Uther. We have Falstad banned, so no global right now. And we could even... yeah, Zeratul is banned as well. This, by the way, is also starting to play out on the news patch where Blizzard, memeing themselves, actually nerfed Artanis. That was the best thing that I saw. Honestly, when I saw the patch notes, I checked the date because I was like, that has to be an April Fool's joke. And I was like, I thought it's still March. And I was actually right. So it's still March. And Blizzard, unironically, nerfed Artanis. A hero that has played no role in competitive play for years now, and they thought that he's overpowered. I don't know what kind of quick match stats they're basing this on, but yeah, that's a sad statement for Heroes of the Storm. I always say, instead of just like balancing the game around Plastic League players, teach them how to play the game way better. Teach them how to get better, teach them how to properly draft, how to properly play, how to properly coordinate, and yeah. Either way, it's a little bit of a side tangent here. We have our first pick. The King of Dragonshire is taken. Rexa as a first pick. And we got Urel and Muradin immediately locked in. Okay. Yeah, definitely a little bit of a different priority now in the first pick phase. So everybody's looking at us as like, okay, how are we going to do on tanks here? Yeah, let's do that. So Urel is in. Stitches gets picked. And we got Chromie. I already like it. It's not even too crazy yet. I mean, that's not necessarily comps that you would normally see, at least when we're talking about priorities. But yeah, I already enjoy it quite a bit. I mean, if you really follow the competitive scene, you can see the changes already. They're pretty significant here. Even when you just have different priorities on the picks, it opens up new composition possibilities. And this is already getting wild. So we got Malfurion banned now. And again... let's assume for just a second this is not going to end with a 2-0. Let's say they're going to map number 3. The heroes that you see now picked and then played on this map are going to be banned for the 3rd map. So then we all of a sudden look at 31 heroes that are banned before the draft starts, including another 6 that you can ban during the draft would be 37. So yeah, it's pretty fun. But either way, the Vikings get banned now as well. The better safe than sorry ban here, just in case that Hazops is thinking he can cheese them out a little bit. And here we go. What is Cure taking, for example? What are we going to get from him? Is he going to swap things around a bit? Greymane and Karazim. Alright. And Cure currently on Greymane. Now they could keep him on Greymane. They could switch things around too. What is Bishop's gonna play at this point? His Lunara is out. Sylvanas is also gone. He can't play his Hanzo anymore. Cassia is up in theory. Plays her a lot, so maybe that's the pick for him. Deckard Kane. And Maiev. Yeah, Maiev also still up. That's definitely true. Chromie, the single damage dealer from afar. It's so damn good. Game number 2. I already like it. Morenas, the final pick for the second map of the series. It's Alarak! Okay, guys, here we go. Alarak on Dragonshire, the final pick. Oh boy. Team Hazo against Team Nagrom. Map number 2. Second map in the series, it is Dragonshire, and on the left side we got HasuObs on Greymane. Cure is playing Alarak. We got Gulnar on Karazim. Johan, he's playing Muradin, and we got Morenas on Urel. On the right side of the map in the meantime, Team Nagrom, they're of course going to try and fight back here, force the third and final map of this best of 3 series. We have Svamgrotta on Rexa, Bishops on Maiev, Nagrom on Stitches, the Panda Colada on Chromie, and Iowa is playing a Deckard Kane. So let's get the show on the road. Level 1 already, we're getting the extended lightning. Question is of course, yeah, we're gonna get the level 4 stacking as well, seems like it, but yeah. A couple of Stormers already fired out here. And I gotta say that it's a very melee heavy composition for pretty much both of the teams, but in particular I'm interested to see how much of a difference Rexa makes here. Rexa is always amazing for Dragonshire and wins pretty much every single solo lane in the sense that he wins the objective. But Urel is a really good counter to this, and what we're going to see from both teams very likely is rotations towards the top to deal with that slightly. Good juke here also from Nagrom. Maiev is immediately there for some extra damage and doing her thing. I like that too. And now all the way up at the top, yeah, here's the situation. So again, it's all about the control of the objective, and because you can split Misha and Rexa between the shrine and the lane for experience, Rexa, if left alone, takes that lane. But at the same time, of course, you can always rotate over, can try and go for a sneaky kill, maybe go in with Alarak, have a bit of mobility with the rest of the team here. And Urel is a little bit more mobile than most of the heroes that usually play against Alarak topside. She can at least traverse the terrain and just jump over it, so that helps her a lot. Doesn't make it quite that one-sided. Camps are, of course, now taken all over the place. First and foremost, we have the Siege Giants taken for both of the teams. Also the move now down to the bottom of the map, and also the camp on the top right has been cleared. They're a little bit slower on this, which would allow them technically to push in a bit further. Closing in on the level 4 talents now as well. Chromie started things off with a vision, and we got the flare as well. So flare on level 1 for Rexa, a little bit more vision for him too, and there's the extended lightning as expected, and instantly 2 stacks for him. Alright, Cure is low though and gets hit, and oh boy, that could have been a kill. Nagrom was tickling his coat a little bit. Yeah, that could have definitely been kill number 1 in this game. Didn't quite work out for them, but that was definitely too close for comfort. So with this, we have them still pushing at the bot lane a bit further, and that's some solid damage on the first tower. Don't think they can take any structures down just yet. But yep, they can definitely fire away here. Now, top side, we have a similar situation though. There's a lot of pressure happening here too. And that's 3 heroes that are currently just going for it. And it's difficult to hold the lane here, so the entire wall has been destroyed. But Stitches, yeah, he just doesn't have the range yet. So that's a problem. Alarak sees an opportunity to go for the first Dragonite, but he's interrupted by Nagrom, and they're retaking the top lane. Chromie is fighting it out with Muradin at the bottom of the map. No Stormbolt just yet, and Johan, he's eating quite a bit of dust here. Chromie coming in with one Sandblast hit after another. Top side still, Urel also getting attacked here. In the middle is a battle too. They're fighting on every single lane right now. Every single lane is being attacked. We got bot side, Chromie interrupting as much as she can and trying to push them back. Ruby now on level 4 as well. But again, the double control for Team Hazu as they're looking for the first objective. Misha is trying to take over at the top. Chromie's at the bottom and takes it in time. That could have become tricky. Stacks are coming together also for Alarak. Again, he needs to stack his level 4, the extended lighting, if he really wants to the negatively charged, sorry. If he really wants to have damage impact in the long term. Muradin is being attacked here. Interrupts, good for him. And Rexa has fallen at the top, so that is first blood. With Rehgar, who's not in the game, I mean the other wolf, Greymane and Karazi moving in, that was a bit too much for Rexa to handle. We got the serrated edge now on level 7, and Misha with the aspect of the beast. They're trying to collapse onto Bishops in the middle. And Bishops has actually a really good chance to try and get some solid damage now out with Maiev too. If he can maybe after level 10... I mean, to level 10 is going to be a bit wild, because there's a lot of potential plays and combos that you can run here. First of all, Chromie most likely with her Temporal Loop, and then you have Stitches, I would assume, with Gorge. If Maiev follows up on some of these things, that could be kind of nice. But Chromie is in trouble, and that's a kill. Chromie down as Karazim punched her in the face repeatedly. Went full Will Smith on her. And now we got Johanna, a bit low, but Urel is also on the run. Seems like the blue team is trying to use that opportunity to steal a camp at the bottom of the map and take those siege giants. But Murenas is starting to run out of options and out of mana too. So he's trying to escape to the top. They're chasing him maybe a little bit too hard. But Urel wouldn't be Urel if she didn't threaten to get away after all. And yes, he gets out. The great escape of 2022, and he's able to make it. Siege Giants are still active. Yeah, Team Hazu is currently doing very well here. They're buying a lot of time, doing a lot of work, and it's... yeah, they get the Siege Giants, they steal them away, they save Urel. That's pretty much the best that you can do in this situation. But yeah, level 10, there it is. Heroic abilities, an entire level advantage at level 10. They're looking fantastic on this first map. Oh, in comes Khaldor with Karazim. The big slaps. And he's trying to turn Deckard Kane into Chris Rock. There we go. Paper beats rock once again. So the old man is dead. And Nagrom... He could have maybe followed up on another one here. They still have control at least, but now Bishop's time. Oh, he got out. But they still catch Stitches. Then again, Panda Colada gets a solo kill on our boy Alarak at the bottom of the map. So that's a little bit of a problem. Yeah, that's also the first kill, by the way, for Team Nagrom. The first kill that they got. They still want to get Chromie. Johanna, if he could get those Storm Bolts circled through the minions, that would have been the opportunity here. Stitches, by the way, didn't go for Gorge, but instead went for the Putric Bile. Muradin himself, of course, with the Haymaker now, so that's something that we should probably also respect. Moranas up at the top. Yeah, good damage, but there needs to be a follow-up. And Swamp Gorda, they're baiting him a bit, don't they? Greymane with a bullet. Ooh, and Misha with a save. In the meantime, Johanna, I mean, who did he actually just kick away there with, with his ult? Did he just move himself back or Stitches back? Either way, he died. The hook doesn't connect yet, but once that Nagrom gets his extended range, I think those plays are going to become a bit more dangerous. Yeah, 4 kills to 2. Maybe they can bring this back. Maybe they got a little bit of an opportunity to bring this one on. Down at the bottom of the map, the Panda Colada retaking. We haven't seen a Dragonite yet. 7.5 minutes into the game, no Dragonite up to this point. Kyo with the 10 stacks. Him dying obviously also reset the sadism, which is always a bit annoying. Swamp Garota is still Gucci as Iowa helps him out. But Stitches might be in trouble. He eats the bullet as Greymane tries to commit. Muradin is also there. The combo from Alarak. And oh, the hook! Yeah, unfortunate for Nagrom, he doesn't have his 13 yet. That's gonna help him a lot. Potions everywhere. Alarak! And he dies again! Came in with a counter strike, but he gets dropped. 3 kills to 4. And Team Nagrom They're getting a bit of momentum here. That's a hook, and that might be a kill. They go for Muradin, and Johan... Yeah, he is dead as well. 4 kills to 4. Top side, they still gotta defend this. But the fort itself is also just shooting away. And now they're getting so close to 13 that it's time for Nagrom to really hone his hooking skills a little bit more. Gets the quest completed. Has the meat hook now coming in. Morenas gets attacked too. I don't think they have the damage here yet, but with Misha, they might have the stun. Yeah, is there a tether? No. Morenas, and he gets away. Or does he? Yeah. Is able to get out. Alright, so Morenas is able to escape. At the bottom, they're retaking the shrine. Level 13 is available for both teams now. And that is maybe an opportunity for the first objective. Can they go into the middle? Stitches is still sitting tight in the middle, as they're trying to at least make some hay at the top. Gotta make hay when the sun shines. Take that wall down while it lasts. Down here, they're stealing the siege giants away again. Was definitely noticed. And those are starting... Yeah, Chromie is realizing that this is a pretty dumb idea. Don't want to stay too close to the action here. And that exposes the fort completely. But also, topside, this one has been taken out too. So they're pretty much attempting to trade structures right now. Chromie with the 16. There's the hook. This one connects, but the fort has fallen. So they're trading structures. Not much more than that. And in the middle of the map, additional pressure on Urel. Here comes the rotation though, and they go again for Cure. Counter-strike is in, but Cure is low. The tether into the choke point. 7-sided strike as well, but that's a kill on Alarak. He doesn't have the impact that he wants here, and the big hook, get over here, as Muradin gets crushed again. 6 kills to 4, and all of a sudden we have some serious momentum for Team Nagrom. It's been a while since the blue team has locked in a kill. 29,000 damage for Chromie. She's taking top damage in the game. And they have to let this one go. Siege Giants are going to be stolen. Nagrom is buying them some time. They got the first objective too. 10 minutes in, finally a Dragonite makes an appearance. The hook was close to Hazu, but not close enough. Bishops was hoping to go in and connect the tether to set another kill up for them. But after they took the first fort at the top, Grayman gets an ass kicking, and they go into the mid lane to take another fort down. So things are starting to look a little bit better. We got 3 kills against both Alarak and Muradin. The rest of the team has so far done well. Chromie. Finally, Chromie is a dragon. That's the only way how Chromie becomes a real dragon. And I know that some of the lore nerds out there still claim that she's an actual dragon, but of course she's not. She's absolutely delusional. She's just hallucinating. Yeah, she needs to be sent to a mental asylum. She's not a dragon. No self-respecting dragon would take that form. She's a Dragon Knight now, but only temporarily, thanks to the objective here. But that's the only thing, and Chromie is happy about it too. So yeah, she's really happy. Shut up. 4 kills to 6. Level 16. Does anybody like Chromie, by the way? Yeah, I thought so. Everybody pretty much hates her. She sits in the back the entire time, throws sand around. Yeah, that's just not a thing. Anyways, there's the fight, there's the cage! Putrid Bile! Oh, that's gonna be a disaster! Alarak gets Alaraked again. Greymane is dead and they're on the move. The only one trying to get a counter kill at this point is Urel, and she gets in again, hooked into the fight, jumps out, has to pop the ult though, but they are in so much trouble now. They're losing ground every minute of this. All of a sudden, 4 kills to 8. All of the forts down, and that's the big opportunity to just continue with the plays, maybe even take the wall at the keep. They're getting also, of course, closer and closer to level 20. By now we have Pulverized as a level 16 talent for Team Nagrom, which is a huge asset in these team fights as well. Maiev went for the Vengeful Knights. 19 stacks for Alarak, by the way, so yeah, he's still working on this. We got the level 16 Cleanse for Karazim, so that's actually going to be quite nice for him, but only useful to an extent. A lot of it can, of course, be forced here. It's one of the reasons also why Chromie probably went into the sands instead. But they are trying to go for the bottom fight now. And Putrid Bile is ready again. The hook missed, okay, the Stormbolt didn't. Maybe a time for Haymaker? Playmaker? Maybe? No? Yeah, another Stormbolt, but Stitches is gonna die, isn't he? Yeah! Gets flipped in by Alarak and he's dead. Deckard Kane is down to Team Hazu. Someone got mad. They go for Chromie. More slaps, and that's another kill. That's a double kill. Yeah, both of them are down. Well done. Mirrodin dies to the tower. That might not have been the best thing to happen to them here, but the 4 kills go a long way. So kudos, I gotta say, that was not shabby. They all of a sudden started to completely crush them. Chromie has now her own level 20 available, but this should be an easy Dragon Knight. I mean, at this point, who's gonna stop you, right? Everybody is dead. Stitch is back in 10, but they already sent Urel towards the top lane. Alarak is looking at 105 sadism by now. And on the damage output, yeah, he's at 24,000. Second highest damage dealer for them. Greymin is a little bit ahead. Chromie is, of course, the one that absolutely leads the charge here. With the 46,000, she's nearly doubling what Team Hanzo has on Greymin. We're not quite there. But yeah, they're trying what they can here in the middle. Harazim hasn't died yet, Urel hasn't died yet, everybody else has at least fallen once. So, right now, Dragon Knight has abandoned the idea of going for the fort in the middle and just decided it's time to drop the top lane fort. It's already low enough. Get that Dragon's Breath out. And here we go. Yeah, if you have a breath that can literally incinerate things, you should probably go and go to the dentist. Don't brush your teeth for a couple of days, and you can accomplish the same thing. Take a minion wave down. Everybody's like, oh, dude, really? Alright, let's get the 20. And these blind hooks are always blind hooks are always awesome. If you roughly have an idea of where your opponent is, or you have the vision through the flare and Chromie's level 1, then you always have a chance to YOLO out a hook that might just land you that one kill that you didn't really expect, that your opponent didn't see coming, and then it turns it into a 5 versus 4. That's the beauty of running Stitches. Stitches is amazing at that. He is oftentimes the one hero that can change a game if you're just finding that perfect angle. Now the top fort has been destroyed. They still held on to the one in the middle. We got level 20 talents now for Team Hazu, but of course the red team is going to get theirs in a second too. And well, there it is. That also completes immediately the vigorous Volta right here. A little bit more safety for Maiev. And we got the gift from the Embalmer. Okay. Bit more damage, gets the quest on top of it too. Deckard Cain with the extra setup that he can now provide. And for Alarak, we get the last laugh. Last laugh for him. Transgression and rewind for Mirrodin. Oh, and he gets out. Damn, son, that would have been quite it. That hook was on point. I gotta say, that hook was really on point, but good job by Alarak getting out of this one. And that's exactly what we talked about earlier. You gotta be so careful that you're dodging out on all of these, or one move like this could cost you a keep, or could cost you the game, depending on how many heroes you then lose in the long run. Do we get game 3? That's the question. By now, there's again everybody just going through the middle. I mean, obviously, once the objective is really active, then we're gonna have, again, the Ring Around the Rosie plays, where they're just trying to out-rotate each other. And that's where you can really catch heroes. Like, taking Misha down, Nagrom was thinking about the hook, but they are not willing to risk it. They are fully aware, though. Look at this. Vision everywhere. I mean, they're always going for the vision. They're really trying to just cover all the paths, make sure that there's not going to be a problem at any point, that they are not going to get blindsided by someone. And it's working out quite nicely for them. So they still have to wait for Misha to be back. That's happening now. We have the top lane also pressured out so that the catapult is not going to become a concern. 17 minutes in is definitely something you got to worry about. We have 46,000 damage by Chromie still. And this is a bit annoying for Team HasuObs. With the Flare and Chromie's vision, both of them combined, that's a lot. But the control of both of the shrines now goes to Team Hazu. So they gotta hold on to the mid lane. That's likely gonna force the fight here, and that's the big opportunity now. The issue is, of course, if you are going to try and channel the statue, you know that hook is coming. You know it's coming. Maiev has moved down to the bottom of the map, and they retook that. Stitch just takes a safe path towards the right side, so that he doesn't get ganged up upon either. But yeah, it's definitely all game around the hooks now. Another hook! Doesn't connect. But here comes the fight, the combo, and the seven-sided. What a brutal display. Coordination absolutely on point. Can they get the counter kill? It doesn't seem like it. Urel is alive. Panda Colada trying to get one, but Deckard Kane dies too. Bishops attempting to salvage what's there to salvage, but they lost 2 of their heroes. They lose Misha as well. It's an unbearable situation for Rexa. Misha was bearing down the middle, but couldn't claw her way to victory here. I mean, she barely made it, but it didn't really work out for her. So now there's a Dragonite in, and of course they're going to go for that bot lane. It's the most important lane on this map as well, not only on Towers of Doom. We have 3 camps in total that push through it. So they are trying to take that keep down and maybe even go for the core here. Off we go. Here comes the play for keep number 1 of the game, and well, this could... I mean, the keep is going to fall. The question is just, can they get the core? Stitch is going to be back, so it can at least do that, but... yo. Stitches is back, and they're letting this one slide. I guess they're going to try and take the fort down, which they should succeed in, but oh, they are forcing this one. The boars get unleashed. That's a lot of stuns. And, hello? Khaldor, he jumped to his death. Did you see that? He jumped into the last Chromie hit. That nearly killed him. Can you imagine him dying there? That would have been insane. It's not over yet, though. Bishops, they know where he is. And they missed the Storm Bolt, the tether, the hook. He can't get out. He's dead. He got absolutely crushed. Muradin is dead. He got insta-gimped. And the Dragonite is still alive up at the top. They knew exactly where Maiev was, and they thought they had a chance to take her down. But boy, were they wrong. They were really, really wrong. So now we got 10 to 10 on the kill count. It's still insanely close, but the advantage goes to Team Hazu. Thanks to the keep at the bot lane. That might change now, though, because Muradin is down for another 30 seconds. And once that they have the 2 camps, they're taking one with Maiev, they got the Siege Giants, they could technically push through the bot lane and try to take the keep on over here as well. Because, I mean, the wall is gone. This, on the other hand, is a problem, too. Double camp at the top to go for the keep. I assume that at this point, Team Nagrom is going to take the keep down and then fall back and try and defend. That should at least be their play, unless of course they see a chance to get another kill in. Q has to be so careful with Alarak, or he's gonna get hooked and killed. They know there's a double camp now at the top, so they gotta decide. Do they want to continue the pressure? Do they look for a kill, or do they just call it a day now that they took the structure down, retreat, and defend the top lane? They're gonna lose the wall most likely, but that's still absolutely alright. Swamgrota. Yeah, maybe playing it a little bit risky here. Oh boy. So yeah, top side, 21 minutes into the game. They take this one down. They might lose the tower too, but that's about it. Damage output, 61,000 for Chromie, 44,000 for Alarak. Alarak has taken over the top damage. Alarak with the 4 deaths, 5 on Muradin. But Alarak has taken over the damage numbers. More than Greymane right now. His stacks on level 4 help him. There's another play! Urel didn't even use her ult. Morenas with the balls of steel right there. Yeah, not going full pirate on us. No, instead, saving it for later. Saving it for a rainy day. There comes the transgression. The fight is in. They're trying to go for it. They're trying to go for the kill, but can they get it? Muradin gets tethered back in, and Johanna is dead. Greymane, he tries to go for the counter kill, but he can't get it. And Hazu is in trouble, but so is Urel, and she dies. 2 are down. Quest completed for Alarak. He finishes the level 1. Another tether, another hook, another kill, and they can go for core. They might be able to do it as it stands. Stitches, there it is. The pulverize. The counter strike, and they get the kill. Cure is popping off, baby. That might have saved them the game. That might just have saved them the game now. Cure is at 160 sadism, by the way. 160 sadism for Cure and 35 stacks on the level 4. That saved them the day. Oh shit. No! Galnagul now fat fingering his R button. Oh boy. He's like, boys, I got bad news. I think we should wait 40 seconds until we engage again. Yeah, that could have been a trap. If they land an Alarak combo there and then a transgression, that might be a kill, but not like this. 64,000 damage. They're taking the bot lane again. But yeah, holy hell. So right now, I mean, he's on 13 seconds. They're fine. They were just trying to trap anyways. But that's the moment when you're looking there as a player and you're like, doo, 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 doo. I hope nobody saw that. Unfortunately, we did. Alrighty. So. But again, for now, we got Muradin. Maybe in trouble. Maybe in trouble. There's the first hit. They have him at the front. There's the hook. Muradin makes... Oh, what an ult! What an ult of Deckard Payne! Bring it, baby! Down they go. Alarak is dead. And that's the sadism gone right there. They get the next kill. They take down the support. This could be game 3. Oh, big hook again, but Hazu dodges it. They can go for the objective. They look at the core. They're not going for the Dragon Knight, apparently. It seems like they're trying... Rexa goes for it. Rexa goes for it. The rest of the team is already prepping the bot lane. Rexa is moving in. They want to take it. They got the support. They got Alarak. That's big. That's big. That's huge. They go for Johanna. And they try and take him down too. Hazu, he wants the kill. He can't get it. And Chrome is just shelling the shit out of them from the back. Urel interrupting. Urel is interrupting Rexa, but they get Muradin down here. So that's another problem. The fight is still happening. He's trying his best, but that means only Greymane is defending. They got the catapults slowly moving in. 9 seconds for Kerosene, 7 for Alarak. Can they save this? The core is falling. Urel still preventing the Dragon Knight from being taken. It's a double catapult on the core though. 2 catapults. It's too much. It's just too much right now. Deckard Cain goes down, but so does the core, and we go to game number 3. Game number 3, Inferno Shrines. Guys, we're going the full distance in our first match of the group stage. Again, this is the warm-up for Meta Madness, and already we're looking at a 3-mapper. And on top of that, it's also noteworthy that now we have 31 heroes not available to the teams as they're heading into the draft. And that is before we're seeing the bans here. So keep in mind, the 10 heroes that were played on the first map are not available anymore. The 10 heroes that were played on the second map can't be played again. And also the 11 pre-banned heroes that you see down here are not available any longer. So now things are not getting insanely crazy yet, but you definitely have to already think a little bit, okay, how do we roll that now? Because the first map, the second map was already kind of interesting. Definitely some compositions that you normally wouldn't see, but we could get some crazy stuff now. I mean, when was the last time that you saw an Alarak in an actual game where there was something on the line? Has been a while. So we get Uther banned again. No Junkrat, no Mephisto, no Falstad, no Globals here. Yeah, the Hogger's obviously out already, so he can't be played. What does that give us for the first pick? Infernal Shrine's going to be interesting. Alexstrasza, yes! Alexstrasza for the Dragon Queen. I was just about to mention her, because Tychus has been played previously, so you can't get access to Odin. But Alexstrasza with the Dragon Queen is obviously going to be pretty strong here too. But that this is the first pick is amazing. Oh boy. I love Meta Madness. I am so happy that Hightech supports this still. It's great. And again, keep in mind there is a link in the description. If you are in the market for some hardware, check them out. They have a support system on their website as well. At the bottom left of the webpage, if you go to it, make sure that you talk to someone there if you're thinking about something. If you're like me and you have no idea what you actually need, if you're totally clueless with hardware, that's exactly what you should do. Again, the guys are awesome. Only good experience, have been working with it for ages. So make sure to check them out. We got a Diva, and we got Gul'dan, and Nubarak and Sonya were still available. So technically you could now go... Nubarak was actually buffed. Nubarak was buffed in the last patch. And Sonya, if you go Leap, you can go for a really aggressive lineup. You can go and engage with a Nubarak, come in with Sonya, and go for a Leap after that. Same time, Diva. I mean, we have a first big Diva. First rotation right there. Oh god. What are you banning here? What are they getting rid of? Jaina! Jaina gets banned. I sometimes forget that she's even in the game. That's how little play she sees. But here's the Jaina pick. Oh, this is already good. Again, this is the best of 3. When we are heading into the main tournament, we have best of 5s. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. But okay, we have as our last ban Zeratul. That honestly doesn't surprise me. If anything, it surprises me that they didn't pick him earlier, because bishops could definitely play Zeratul for them. But they let him go to the next ban, and therefore they banned him out. I was honestly surprised that they didn't pick Zeratul, because last time they banned him already, and I would assume that if bishops really wanted to play him, they would have gotten rid of him here. So I guess it's a choice. I don't think that Diva is that high priority, even in the situation we're in, that they would sacrifice that over Zeratul if they really wanted to play him. We get Whitemane and ETC. Whitemane and Alexstrasza for our supports now. And an ETC together with a Diva at the front. Bishops as our last pick. Last final 2 picks here also for Team Hazu. What is Hazu himself going to take? I mean, they need damage. They could go for another melee, especially if they plan on going lead with Sonya. But they need at least 1 range damage dealer. Tazada! Tazada and Jimmy! It's Jimmy time again. Mr. Reyna is in the house. Okay. That leaves us with a final pick for bishops. And now I'm really curious. Ah, by the way, he could still play as Cassia. I mentioned that on map 2 and he didn't pick it. And I'm pretty sure yeah, Cassia is still available. So he could go for Cassia if he wanted to. Maybe another melee though as well. If you wanna... Yeah, there it is. Kerrigan. Kerrigan and ETC together with a Diva. The combo into the Diva explosion. Guys, let's go. Final map in the best of 3 series. Let's head straight to Infernal Shrines. The series is tied and we're heading into the final map of the best of 3, kicking off the group stage for Meta Madness. On the left side, we got Cure playing as Cringe Kid on Sonya, HasuObs on Tazada, Galnagunar on Alexstrasza, and we have Johan on Nubarak. Morena's with Reyna, so we got Jimmy back to business. That's always nice. Now you're only gonna ban 36 heroes out before Jimmy becomes an option. And on the right side of the map, Team Nagrom, with Nagrom himself on ETC. We got Iowa and Whitemane this time. Pity the Frail. Bishops on Kerrigan, Svamgrotta on Diva, and Gul'dan is played by the Panda Colada. Quick reminder, this is about seeding. So we have our group stage for Meta Madness. It's a bit of a warm-up, more so than anything else. We're determining the seeding for the main event. And of course getting a bit of an idea also of the power of all of these teams, since we have a captain's draft here. So all of the players had to sign up into a player pool. 8 captains were selected, and those captains then had to draft their teams out of that player pool. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. And so far, it seems that at least these two are pretty evenly matched. Some really nice games between them. Now, already, Gul'dan trying to get all that AoE out, went into the stacks on level 1. There's the engage as they're hoping to get a kill on Nagrom, but ETC still sliding out, so he's fine. Now all the way at the top, Svamgrotta, he's already doing his thing. Svamgrotta for me personally is the wild card on the side of Team Nagrom. I mentioned his Murky a little bit earlier, and I would be shocked if we don't see it at least once during Meta Madness. But at least for now, he's sandbagging a little bit and is not getting the frog his time in the sun. Then again, we already got our full metal over here for Diva. If they can manage to get a real nice CC comp while the Diva explosion goes off, that would of course be insane. I think they pulled that off at one point in the qualifier just recently. Good damage into Jimmy. And one of the biggest problems that Jimmy has, of course, is his lack of an escape tool. He doesn't really have one. So you can speed him up a little bit, you can also try and go and create some distance with a penetrating round, but positioning is really key with him because he has no chance of simply dodging out like Valla with a vault. But they turn it around and they kill Kerrigan, so good for them. Well done, Kerrigan goes down, and that's the first blood in this one, with HasuObs and his team getting slightly ahead. The electric fence is in, and Gul'dan is also dead. Okay, that's unfortunate for him. Gul'dan goes down, and that's 2 kills now. And they are maybe even hoping to steal the camp away from them. But even structural damage alone is going to be nice. Galnagul now, of course. He's by now... Oh, it gets interrupted. I was about to say he's going for mana. But Nagrom had other plans for him. So much for that. All the way up at the top. Yeah. Careful. And it's camp time. With the objective coming up, the first shrine is topside. We're having them immediately moving in here. No slam build, by the way, for Sonya. Instead, Warpaint on level 1. And we got the Hurricane now on level 4. So slight adjustments are already being made here. 13 stacks for Gul'dan. They're trying to die for D.Va. There's Svamgrota moving out again. But, yep, that didn't kill him. So, good for them. Just had to tap the fountain. That's a cooldown, of course. But Jimmy's still at the bottom of the map. The whole goal here is to get level 7 as quickly as you can. And then also move into the shrine. But yeah, getting the talent advantage is absolutely crucial. And it's what teams are really looking for when they're keeping their side lane as away from the first objective. Get that talent and then make your play. And there we have it now. So first and foremost, we got the live funnel. Sonya going into the spin build here. And at the same time, more Cynic Storm talents also for our boy Tassadar as they're trying to make a play with, Leo, with ETC for Anubarak. And the Cockroach is down. The Dragon Queen has been used and they're heavily ahead on stacks already. So despite them losing one of their heroes, they might be able to get the objective. Is that a hit? Nope, not quite. 31 stacks to 14. They're trying to get a kill on Jimmy though. But Alexstrasza is keeping the boys and girls alive for now. Mana is starting to become a little bit of a problem for some of the heroes on the red team side. And I'm not quite sure if they can really pull this one off. Because Anubarak is back to business and they still haven't drawn even in stacks on the shrine. So here comes Team Hazu. They're trying to get it. Good damage from Gul'dan in particular at this point. Nagrom is dead though. Svamgrota is also low. And they have to fall back once again. They made it to 33 stacks. But the blue team locks in Punisher number 1. Nicely done. Yeah, well played. Arcane Punisher on its way through the top now. So they can try to take this one down. And they're already taking the towers pretty quickly here. But can they get more? Baited over the wall. Yeah, easily done. Should be able to burn it down, especially now with ETC being around. Morenas needs to be careful. Again, mobility is the big problem that Jimmy has most of the time. But talking about mobility, Nagrom is being hit. Where's that wall when you need it? There it is, but a little bit too late. They still got the kill though. Alexstrasza with the final one, and now Whitemane is on the run. Yeah, the sexy Hexy is down as Jimmy comes in with the penetrating round and takes her on. So that's the fort destroyed, 5 kills to 1, leading experience. Team Hazu turning up the heat in game number 3. So yeah, well done. Mid lane, they're trying to take the wall down now too. Anubarak obviously popping a couple of beetles so that they soak some of the shots. With level 10 we now have the life binder in. And also get the Archon right here. Cure, spin to win, baby. Spin to win, all game, every game. But we don't have leap. I mean, it's a little bit sad in the sense that it's always kind of fun when you have an Anubarak diving in deep and then Sonya comes in and just drops them. But of course, you are missing out on a lot of sustainability if you go down that path. And on the shrine in particular, it really pays off to have your Wrath of the Berserker and be a bit more sustainable. Yeah. D.Va is just stopping by and says like, hey, how are you doing, guys? How are you doing? By now we got the Horrify, we got the Ultralisk, we have Whitemane with the Scarlet Aegis. So level 10 abilities definitely give them a lot more to work with, especially when we're looking towards Gul'dan, who with a Horrify. Let's say for example Jimmy steps out again, Gul'dan could murder him. Absolutely murder him. You get a good Horrify on Jimmy and he's not going to get out. You just have to then control the damage and really target it. And you're golden. But either way, here comes, there's the Horrify! The fence is out, Hazu the party! And it gets interrupted! They can't get the kill, but they didn't lose anybody either. HasuObs with electric fence there. The Horrify was not too bad though, but again, they couldn't lock it in. And now they're all of a sudden losing ground. Hyperion hasn't been used yet, so Morenas could still decide to drop it if they would commit. Which they don't. But either way. And Tassadar is doing what he does best. He builds one wall after another and he makes the opponent pay for it. He has all the walls. His walls are amazing. They're so awesome. They are tremendous. It's a little bit sad. Great walls. Great walls. So, 5-1. The only one that can match Tassadar with walls is Mei. But hers melt away pretty quickly. Now top side, Samkora is still locking the sides down. Got to keep those catapults away from your towers and the gate. 23,000 for Gul'dan. 16,000 for Tassadar. I mean, the blue team might not be able to keep up in the top damage, but they are the ones that lock in the kills, so that's all that you got to do here. Level 13 talents now available for at least the blue team. That also gives them an edge for the next objective, which is up in 20 seconds. So there's that. Time to try and soak that half level before you're making a play for Punisher number 2. So there. We got top. Samkora doing exactly that. He's making it happen. And in the middle of the map, they're already taking position around the next Shriners. They have to go for it. But yes, there we have it. Subjugation is in. And we also have the Chrysalis for Kerrigan. Yeah, Bishops has to really start to drop some of these combos. Neither needs to go for those. They need to land some nice CC. They have all of their ults available. That includes, of course, also our boy ETC for another dance party. But there's interrupts available on the other side that they got to deal with. Already a bit of a play by Nagrom as they're going for Sonya. Can they get the kill? Alexstrasza is able to prevent it. And now Kerrigan is dead. Kerrigan down. Team Hanzo just doing a bit better. Big party time for Nagrom again. He drops the ult, but he's getting interrupted. Nobody wants to dance with ETC. It's actually kind of sad, but it's also understandable. Hanzo's team is led by a German. And the Germans, they don't have fun. They go for the rules, they go for the victory. If it's not efficient, they don't like it. So no dancing allowed, no fun allowed over there. 6 kills to 1, and they are efficiently starting to take down the fort in the middle of the map, right there. So, 30,000 damage for Gul'dan for all the good that it does him. We got 23,000 for Tassadar. Bait over the wall once again, but they are starting to do some work. They're getting this entire wall destroyed, and they're getting decent damage also on the keep itself. But it's nothing that they can really force, at least not without the ults that they need to have available here. So there's that. But maybe the bot lane can also be taken out by them. They already have some beetles spawning, so there it is. And by now... yeah... I mean, level 16 is going to be big. Team Nagrom... they're struggling, let's be honest. They're really struggling a little bit here. They need a good CC chain. But it's not really all that easy. You have Cocoon that you need to deal with. There's also Alexstrasza. Once she's ready, she can just get the Lifebind out, and if you don't drop the target fast enough, it's gonna fall. Right now they're split pushing even, as Cure is going for the top side. We got Paint Them Red, which is huge, and we got the Epic Enter. So Nubara can epically enter the opponent's team during a battle. And of course, more sustained with the Nerves of Steel here for Sonya. Yeah. I mean, if you are okay going to public with that face, then you got Nerves of Steel already, so I don't know why they need to lock that in on level 16 for Sonya. But yeah, I still claim she's Eminem with a wig. Look at that portrait, think about Eminem with the orange wig and tell me that's not that. So, yeah, Mom Spaghetti right there. And a pleb mount, I haven't even seen that yet. That's a disgrace right there. You should be ashamed. You should honestly pay a fine if you pick that mount. You should be fined for that. The style police has called, and they're here to arrest you. So yeah. All that Team Nagrom is doing, they're giving up the map and they're waiting for level 16. It's the only thing that they can do. I'm still waiting for the glorious combo that they're executing. Well, they got already the quest completed, so that's good for Gul'dan, because he's about to hit Ruinous Affliction. And having his level 1 done by that time is pretty good. So yeah, nice. All the way up towards the top left now. Let's see if they can go for that objective, because it should be announced soon, TM. Alrighty, so 16 is in. Yeah, they're getting aggressive immediately. They got to. Another wall. And they take the camp. They're really trying to catch him here. Nagrom with... I mean, instead of a blind hook like in the last game, he's going for the blind slide. Oh, up here at the top. Party time! Oh! Oh, I thought he had a chance to go for the quick slide and then maybe his ult. Just imagine that for a second. That would have been the dream there. Couldn't go for it though. And now an opportunity maybe to do it again. Carrigan, the combo! And there's the kill! Cure is down. That's the price you pay when you go for the pleb mount. Right there. They didn't like it either. Red team looked at it and said like, yeah, we gotta punish him. If you pick that mount, you gotta be punished. It's an eyesore. We don't like it. Let's drop it, boys. So they went for him. But I like what the blue team is now doing. They realize that they can't go for the shrine. So instead, they're just going to push at the bot lane in the middle a little bit. And they're forcing Team Nagrom to fall back. They only have D.Va up at the top. D.Va is doing her thing. I'm here to win. Are you? Are you really? Like, I don't know. I don't know about that. A little bit of damage at least at the bottom, but if they lose the wall, that's not really a big issue. Obviously, Sonya is back in another 3 seconds, so you gotta really make your play for the top side now. Damage output also with 36,000 still in the hands of Gul'dan. He has his Horrify back in 20 seconds. If they play this slow at the top, they can definitely take it. And it doesn't even seem that the blue team is willing to fight for this one. Instead, we are likely gonna have to first push through the top and maybe a fort down. Because so far, Team Nagrom hasn't taken down a single fort. They haven't killed one. So, camps are taken, claimed again. And blue team is trying to at least paint the bottom of the map blue. Taking every single Khazra camp they can get their hands on. So we're gonna see a lot of goats on the map. And now they gotta defend. And the fort at the top is a goner. That one is just gonzo. But it's still a level advantage for Team Hazu. And that early level 20 is gonna play a role. I was for a second even thinking that it might be advantageous for them to try and delay taking the objective by just a couple of seconds and soak a few more lanes, but they should hit level 20 one way or another by the time the next objective is up on the map. And since all of these lanes are pushing out against them, they have an easy time getting at least some experience, as you can see here. So they're catching up quickly. Now it's an easy defense at the top. They're not even trying. They know that this is starting to get a bit too risky. Just push this out as best you can. Take maybe a few of the towers down here too. Level 20 for the next objective should be a thing. But once that the blue team locks in their Storm Talons, they need to fall back. Oh, well. Mosh pit. I mean, honestly, if he hits the slide, they should have moshed this one. Yeah, that is a little bit surprising to me. I'm not sure if he abandoned the idea of moshing it when he realized that he didn't connect the stun. But that would have been absolutely okay, sacrificing that, because that would help you for the time when your opponent has level 20 and you don't. So, yeah. There's that. Now, you gotta fall back here. Level 20 is too close. Just sit tight. Wait until, yeah, Trader King is in. They are, of course, going to try and take a keep now. And they're even committing. They're fully committing to this. They're dropping the Hyperion. And I suppose that will drop the keep once that they have the minion wave moving in. Yeah, do they get another hit? Yeah, not quite. It's already fairly low. Here comes Sonya. Okay. Spin to win, baby. And Nagrom, he's still waiting for the monster mosh. One god mosh to rule them all. Can you imagine them clustering on Alexstrasza's heel and him getting a 5-man mosh? That's nasty. That would be crazy. Yeah, that would actually be insane if you could pull that one off. I don't really think we're gonna see that anytime soon. But yeah. Carrigan in the meantime, sitting on the sides here. They're poking. They're poking. Nagrom is waiting. He's looking. He's checking. They're closing in on 20. They nearly have it. But the keep is also nearly down. And they can't send anybody down to the bottom of the map to soak the experience, or there's going to be a commitment. Well, actually, now they can, because the blue team is falling back. They don't want to take this fight on level 20. Not just now. Alright. So they're headed back. There's a level 20 now for both sides. That gives us Haunt. That's huge. That's honestly a huge upgrade. Scarlet Aegis gets also upgraded. We now got the Scarlet Crusade. And, well, the timing attack for D.Va. Alright. They're in a tough spot. Team Nagrom. But they already were fighting back a little bit earlier today. So, there's that. Yeah, he doesn't have his Yeah, well, if they figure out that he's sitting in that corner, they might just go for him. But not quite. I haven't seen any really good D.Va explosions just yet. I was waiting the entire time, you know, for the meme dream, the quick match combo. You go for the mosh pit and you have an explosion with D.Va or something like that happening, and it just wasn't the case. Now the objective is popping up and it's in the middle of the map. It's also a pretty strong Punisher. We're already 18 minutes into the game, so they gotta hit this hard. Look where ETC is. He's really trying to come in from the top. Cure gets pushed back, connects the spear though. Are they gonna try and go for him? Not quite. Already Archon is being used. Dragon Queen, of course, another option. They got 2 transformations here. A lot of damage is already being hit. Carrigan looking for the combo. She can't get it. And the explosion hits at least Nubarak. That's some damage, but the wall is there. Party time! Sonya was trying to dance. She sucks at it, so she stopped a second later. 6 kills to 2. And up at the top, yeah, that's the next one. Yeah, Sonya, she has the dancing skills of a German Mallorca tourist, so that's not really something to write home about. And ETC didn't have the right tunes there either. But with the double catapult now at the top, this could cost them a keep. And at the bot lane, it doesn't really look too hot either. In the middle of the map, the fight over the shrine is still ongoing. And ETC gets crushed. ETC down. Bishop's trying to go in. Mini Carrigan is trying to make a play. But they are just on the run. Keeps are low. And that is a huge problem for Team Nagrom. They might lose the series right here. Team Hazu, they got everything they need now. They have the chance to go for the objective. Top side keep is gone. Bot side keep under attack. Mid lane in trouble. Scarlet Crusade gets dropped. But Iowa gets slammed by Cure as he goes for another hit right there. So yeah, there's another one. White main is dead. And that's the end of Gul'dan. That's the end of the game for Team Nagrom. They are gonna drop down in the losers match of this GSL style group stage system that we're running here. D.Va is also on the run. D.Va, and she's dead too. D.Va is down, and that is a game, boys and girls. That is gonna be it for our first best of 3. Team HasuObs proving to be a little bit too strong. They go for the core, they take it down. Still nice effort by Team Nagrom, but the victory in the first series of the group stage of Meta Madness is claimed by Team Hazu. GG, well played. The blue team locks in the W.